Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the ninth edition of HCLTech Grant, one of the India's biggest, most coveted institutionalized CSR grants. I'm Anush Srivastava and I will be your host for the day. Today, we are joined in by Dr. Nidhi Pundir, Vice President, Global CSR HCLTech and Director HCL Foundation, who leads the Global CSR agenda for HCLTech and heads HCL Foundation, along with our esteemed NGO partners and our friends from the media. We have assembled today to announce the winners of HCLTech Grant, ninth edition, and are looking forward to an afternoon recognizing exemplary work done by some NGOs in the social development sector. Before we begin the conference, I would like to share some key instructions with all of you. During today's conference, all attendees will be in a listen only mode. For the best experience, please select the stack and full screen view on the top right of your screen. If you have joined us from your phone in the WebEx mobile app, you can double tap on the hashtag HCLTech window for a better visual experience. There will be a question and answer session at the end of the conference, and in case you drop out, please rejoin us using the same invite link. And if you experience any technical difficulties, you can message us in the Q&A panel. I would now like to take this opportunity and welcome and request Dr. Nidhi Pundir, Vice President, Global CSR HCL Tech and Director HCL Foundation, who has been playing a pivotal role in the HCL Foundation's journey over the last one decade to take us through the various initiatives of HCL Foundation and the journey of HCL Tech Grant so far. Dr. Nidhi, over to you.
Right. Wish you all a very good afternoon and namaskar on behalf of entire HCL Foundation team. It's my pleasure to be hosting you and to be connected once again. It is the ninth edition. It's been a journey of 9 years of HCL Tech Grant, and it is me and my entire team that joins this day with a lot of excitement, enthusiasm, and we share the feelings of all the participating organizations in this process. So, first of all, please accept our gratitude for the perseverance that you have shown, and each year you come back with new energy, new enthusiasm, as well as understanding the realities of the corporate social responsibility world and improvising on your applications. Let me also take this opportunity to convey greetings and regards on behalf of our chairperson, Mrs. Roshni Nadar Malhotra, who has conveyed a lot of regards to all of you for following the process and participating in this very, very competitive yet coveted grant. Ladies and gentlemen, this has become India's most prestigious CSR grant, and we are delighted to say that this year 16,000 plus registrations came to HCL Tech Grant, which only shows love and affection, but most importantly, trust in the process. Before we get on to the results section and I share more with you about HCL Tech Grant itself, let me first share with you that HCL Foundation overall, which is the CSR arm of HCL Tech, which is a global technology company, has also grown leaps and bounds in this last year, as well as has completed more than 10 years of its implementation of CSR agenda in India. Having spent more than 1,300 crores on ground cumulatively, we have been working with more than 5.5 million program participants across 20 plus states and 3 union territories. And this has been possible only because of highly committed professional team, close to 400 people who deliver diligently the CSR agenda of the company. Also, 200 partners join us, and through whom 2,000 plus human resource which work on the agenda of rural development, realities of urban poverty and alleviating the same, as well as environmental targets. We have 5 flagship programs on ground, the biggest being HCL Samudai, which is also focused on rural development, HCLTech grant, which most of you are aware of, Uday, which is our urban poverty alleviation program focused on migrant population living in non-dignified shelters such as slums, the Clean City Initiative, which is currently operational in Gautam Budh Nagar, also Harit, which is our environmental action program, not so new, but I would say newest in our flagship program regime, already showing amazing results on ground, as well as our four flagship initiatives that cut across all geographic boundaries, which is Power of One, which is joined by all our HCL Tech employees, wherein they contribute their financial as well as, I would say, the time which is most precious for our communities and clock more than 100,000 hours per year voluntarily contributing to the community. A Sports for Change program, which brings the grassroots talent to the mainstream, and HCL Foundation Academy that spreads knowledge to the professionals, upgrades their skills to be able to continuously contribute to the sector, and My Heart, which is our Artisans to Customers Connect. I just want to convey that this journey of more than 10 years has been something truly special to me and my team. We have connected with the rural hinterlands, we have connected in the urban communities, our entire fraternity of HCL Tech employees, as well as the larger ecosystem of government partners, stakeholders, we all come together and celebrate partnerships first of all. So on this day, I just want all of us to be reminded that HCL Tech Grant is also a journey of magnificent partnerships, which is beyond just the announcement of the winner today. We have been able to connect with more than 60,000 organizations this year through various symposiums, direct communication, as well as many of them participating in our symposiums. I'll cover all of that, but before that, let's take a look at the overall journey of HCL Foundation. Let's have the foundation overview video, please.
HCL Foundation was established in 2011 to bring positive impact in the lives of underserved communities in urban and rural India. HCL Foundation works in the areas of education, health and hygiene, water, sanitation, early childhood care and development, livelihood, environment, and disaster risk reduction. To bring its vision to life, HCL Foundation has brought like-minded stakeholders together. Today, government authorities, corporations, civil society organizations, NGO partners, and HCL Tech volunteers collaborate under one umbrella in a robust convergence model to achieve our common goal.
HCL Foundation is a story of scale and depth. Over last 10 years, while we scaled immensely across the country, more than 20 states, we also took our programs to a very different depth. HCL Foundation has highly qualified professionals as its team members who represent the development sector. They come on board and they showcase what passion means. Results of our work on water, results of our work on afforestation, they're all stories within themselves from where we can learn and we can scale them up.
HCL Foundation has transformed millions of lives through its flagship programs like Samudai, Uday, Harit, My Clean City and HCL Tech Grant, and special initiatives like Power of One, HCL Foundation Academy, My Heart, and Sports for Change. This partnership journey that began with just 25 members today is a proud family of more than 200 partners.
Now, the CSR agenda of HCL Tech is also spreading its wings globally. We are starting heavily in Americas, we are taking shape in Europe as well as APAC region. There are miles to go and we have a lot of work to be done before we call it success. So this is just the beginning, and first decade, as we always say, is more of innovation, understanding, and going ahead from there. And we already have a robust strategy for the next 10 years. I would like to take a few more minutes just to give you more in depth, I would say, the impact and overall reach of HCL Tech grant for which we've all gathered here today. The HCL Tech grant, as all of you know, was launched in 2015, and ever since it has already committed 130.45 crores, which is $15.8 million dollars towards high impact projects, documentation, and institutional strengthening of civil society ecosystem. We all are aware that this is more about celebrating the community led ecosystems as well as the larger contribution of the fifth estate, as we call them. Through this commitment, HCL Tech grant supported projects have been aiming to cover 2.7 million people in 27,412 remote villages of India in 129 districts across 21 states and 2 union territories of India. I want to say that it is the HCL Tech Grant project which has taken HCL Foundation footprints to most of the states of India. And even if all NGOs don't come in as partners, we surely travel and understand their work and try our level best to document their practices and the kind of examples they have set towards achieving socio-economic and environmental development. The HCL Tech grant is a testament to HCL's resolute commitment to nation building. Its vision is rooted in the belief that most potent catalysts for change are often found within the best practices and successful models of both rural and urban development. HCL Tech grant remains committed to rural development. Also, over the last 9 editions, the HCL Tech Grant symposiums, and most of you have attended the symposiums, and I think these symposiums are valued as much as the HCL Tech Grant is, have played a significant role in promoting civil society engagement and collaboration in India. This was the year of G20 presidency. As India celebrated, we also celebrated India's G20 presidency and participated in the larger C20 collaborations through our symposiums. We were also the part of Manthan, which is Prime Minister's advisory to the larger sector. And most of you who attended the symposiums would have understood and realized the kind of intersectoral debate, the localized strategies which are needed, states in the state context, how critical they are when we formulate our own projects and proposals to be able to address the most critical rural development issues. And that is what was the crux of these symposiums. We also convey our gratitude to the most prestigious institutions of the country who hosted us across and invited the most grassroots level NGOs to be able to participate not only in the process of HCL Tech grant, but in the larger CSR agenda of the country. We'll continue to host these symposiums, and we'll continue to also provide feedback to the participating NGOs as well as the ones who are not able to participate due to certain limitations, for them to be able to further hone their skills as well as get into the mainstream of CSR funding. We also participated largely in the Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam and the larger drive of celebrating the 75 years of independence. One Earth, one family, one future. That's the message. And I must say the contribution of individuals, the individual civil society, organizations, big and small, we value their commitment and perseverance to be able to work in such remote regions, in such difficult circumstances. We all are aware about the various categories, but now let me play a short video which will take you through the larger methodology of HCL Tech grant, just as a reminder. The HCL Tech.
What does it really mean to build a nation like India? It means that every child in every village spends time in the classroom learning about new things. It means that every woman is empowered to take her own decisions. It means having access to health facilities even in the remotest corner of the country. It means economic growth without the cost of environment. But what does it take to build a nation like India?
The Republic of India houses 1.4 billion people. The democracy of India rests on three constitutional estates: the judiciary, the legislative, and the bureaucracy. Free press has long been recognized as the fourth estate. HCL Grant is a step towards recognition of the fifth estate, the non-government organizations. NGOs have become a critical agent of change, playing a decisive role in building a stronger, future-ready India. Through HCL Grant, HCL Foundation aims to achieve sustainable rural development by supporting NGOs that are doing path-breaking work anywhere in India.
For a long time, NGOs have been playing a role of plugging the gaps for a large population of this country who are vulnerable in terms of education, health, environment, and sometimes even basic amenities. Today, there are around 3.3 million NGOs in India working towards making it an inclusive democracy. They reach where even government agencies don't. This makes their role even more relevant and critical. However, the social development ecosystem in India is complex, where most of the NGOs are highly unstructured and do not have institutionalized processes and framework. This is where HCLTech Grant aims to play a role.
HCL Grant has two specific yet distinct objectives. The first and foremost is to award financial grant to innovative, replicable, scalable, sustainable, yet time-bound projects which are proposed by NGOs that are committed towards transformative rural development. The second is to publish the work of these NGOs through a compendium basis picture stories that are taken in the field during the process of selection, and publish this compendium each year such that these NGOs become globally visible for their path-breaking efforts.
In its 9 years journey till now, HCLTech Grant has impacted around 2 million human lives across 27,400 plus villages in 129 districts across 21 states and 2 union territories. In 2023, HCLTech Grant called for applications in 3 categories: environment, health, and education. The online application portal opened for 60 days, during which the grant received 16,904 registrations and 1,147 completed applications. During this period, 8 physical symposiums were organized with the participation of over 2,000 plus NGOs. In October, the first level screening began with the field visits across 22 states, 4 union territories, and 73 districts, covering a total distance of 172,016 kilometers by a group of subject matter experts and the HCL Foundation team. 30 NGOs were selected for the sub-jury round. The sub-jury includes esteemed personalities from the HCLTech Group and the Shiv Nadar Foundation. Sub-jury chose 9 finalists for the jury round. The jury comprises 6 eminent personalities. The jury has selected 3 NGOs who will receive rupees 5 crore in each category, and remaining 2 HCLTech Grant finalist NGOs in each category will receive rupees 25 lakhs.
Thank you, Dr. Nidhi. That was very inspiring, and I'm sure most of our NGO partners would have got some sense as to how this particular year has been with regards to HCL Tech Grant. I would also request you, Dr. Nidhi, to kindly take this opportunity to unveil the volume 8 of the Fifth Estate Compendium.
It's my privilege yet again, the ninth edition, and we've been, compiling the case studies. And I must say that it is More than the grant, it is the compendium that we as development professionals value a lot. And I really want to convey that this compendium is placed in the best of the libraries, including the British and the American libraries now. And the case studies are being taught across the world as some of the best. And let me once again congratulate all the 30 case studies which have been documented, all the NGOs which went till the sub-jury level in the categories of environment, education, and health have been documented here, including the innovative idea which they had pitched towards HCLTech grant. So heartiest congratulations, and let me also convey thanks to Roli Books, which has helped us put this compendium together. So let's unveil the fifth estate of this edition.
Once again, a huge congratulations to all the top 30 NGOs being featured in this volume 8 of the Fifth Estate. Uh, Maybe now begin with the formal announcement with our award ceremony, and uh, I'll take this opportunity and we will begin with the first category of environment. So let us have a quick look at our finalist. Uh, can I request the team to please begin with the videos?
In the environment category, the three finalists are Lok Panchayat, Mukti, the Corbett Foundation. Lok Panchayat. The resonance of these chanting notes in the forest that has been recently declared sacred by the neighboring tribal communities is not just about singing glory to Mother Nature, but it's a promise of restoration and protection. It's reviving the bond between human and nature that have coexisted for generations. Kalsubai and Harishchandragarh landscapes of Akole block in Ahmednagar district are located in the heart of northwestern Ghats. But over the last 3 decades, more than 6% of the core forest has been lost due to human interventions. This has impacted the production of non-timber forest produce, which has been a key source of livelihood for these tribal villages. Recently, 25 villages in this landscape have been able to gain community forest rights. But a robust and comprehensive action plan is needed to restore the lost biodiversity, manage the grasslands, and regulate the forest use. Driving this change is Lok Panchayat. The Sundarbans, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, is one of its kind ecosystems in the world. But over the past few years, many environmental factors, such as rising sea level resulting in tidal surge, an increase in the frequent cyclones, along with the human encroachment, have resulted in rapid degradation of its embankment. Strengthening these embankments is crucial for the ecosystem on these islands. In the past, solutions like concrete barriers have not been quite successful. Mukti, a social economic development organization actively working in the region since 2003, is committed to scale up an environmental action plan where a green defense layer would be created by planting native mangrove species to mitigate embankment erosion with the help of local women groups. The Corbett Foundation. The global population of critically endangered great Indian bustard and lesser florican is dwindling rapidly. One of the major reasons is the fragmentation of their key habitat, grasslands. Grasslands are significant carbon sinks and are also a vital fodder resource for livestock that directly support rural economy. However, over the last 70 years, while the livestock population doubled in India, the grasslands ecosystems have depleted. In a drought-prone, dry landscape like Kutch, Gujarat, which is one of the last habitats of these critically endangered bird species, restoration of degraded grasslands is imperative. The Corbett Foundation, an organization dedicated to build a harmonious coexistence between humans and wildlife, has created a replicable model of self-sustainable grassland usage that benefits both environment and humans.
Yet another year filled with amazing experiences, and we bring to you the winner of the HCL Tech edition 9 environment category. And may I request Dr. Nidhi Pundir to please announce the winner for edition 9 in the environment category.
So this is the toughest, and as I was sharing with the finalists, that we share the feelings at this moment. But before I announce the results, let me once again say that this was not an easy competition. We received 16,904 registrations across categories, 1147 completed applications in all regards, wonderful ideas across all categories, and 201 NGOs were selected by subject matter experts and governance partners to submit detailed proposal with clear implementation strategy. 53 were shortlisted for field visits. 12 subject matter experts and 34 team members traveled a distance of 17 lakh plus kilometers across 22 states and 73 districts to conclude the process. It was not an easy feat, and we have made so many friends across, I must say, and we do remain connected. Our extremely learned jury, through high level deliberations taking several factors into account, then provided us with the HCLTech grant winners, I would say. But then I think there was a marginal difference and it was a tough choice. Our jury, as we just saw in the video, is chaired by Ms. Robin Abrams, HCLTech's oldest serving board member, along with Mr. Shiv Nader himself, founder, HCL Group Chairman Emeritus and Strategic Advisor to the board, Dr. Richard Laver, Sanskrit scholar and President Emeritus, the Field Museum, Chicago, Mr. B.S. Baswan, former Director, Indian Institute of Public Administration and former HRD Secretary, Ms. Pallavi Shroff, Managing Partner, Shardul Amarchand Mangaldas and Company, and Mr. Suresh Narayanan, Chairman and Managing Director, Nestle India Limited. The jury has been guiding us each year on the process and they remain involved. They even travel to the partners who have got the HCLTech grant, and we call them the recipients. I think everyone is a winner here, but there is a decision which I have to announce here. That's a tough job, but let me congratulate the Corbett Foundation, which has won the HCL Tech grant for in the environment category in the year 2024. Their proposal was extremely interesting. The guardians of grasslands, and we are all aware of the importance of grasslands. The call of the jury is also a call to the larger world to pay attention to grasslands because they are diminishing very fast, and by being able to capture it in a measurable indicator matrix, the Corbett Foundation was able to convince the jury that this particular subject needs attention. Also, it is a testimony to the perseverance of NGOs. I must again congratulate Corbett Foundation because they are second time finalists, and they took all the feedback very carefully by the subject matter experts, also on the governance aspects. So, yet again, heartiest congratulations to you. And let me invite Kedar to please say a few words here.
Firstly, this is so great news. Thank you very much, Dr. Nidhi and everyone. The Corbett Foundation is extremely honored to be declared the winner of the HCL Tech Grant Edition 9. In the environment category, the competition was very, very tough, as we have all seen the videos, with all the finalists doing exemplary work in their domain of expertise. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, the entire team of the Corbett Foundation, the local villagers of Abdasa Taluka in Gujarat, and the threatened wildlife of the ecological unique Kutch landscape of Gujarat, I extend deepest gratitude to the jury members of all the rounds, the HCL and the Grant Thornton teams for supporting this project. The entire process from submitting our application to the final round, spread over almost 300 days, I should say anxious days, has truly been a great learning experience for us. All the hard work and efforts put in by our team in Kutch have come to fruition. On behalf of the Corbett Foundation team, I express a deep sense of gratitude to our founder and chairperson, Mrs. Reena Dilip Katau, the board of trustees, the scientific advisors for extending their support, encouragement, and expertise from time to time. Always. Thank you very, very much. The HCL Tech grant will play a crucial role in the conservation of India's most threatened bird species, the great Indian bustard and lesser florican, and their grassland habitat, which has deteriorated due to ignorance and apathy. Both these species are friends of the farmers and pastoralists, and this project will promote the model of human wildlife harmonious coexistence and a win win situation that can be scaled up and replicated across the grassland landscapes in India. The Corbett Foundation is delighted that its work will add substantially to the bustard recovery program of the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change and the government of Gujarat. The project will certainly pave the way for sustainable and wise use of grasslands. Once again, a huge thank you to HCL Tech Grant for this recognition and honor. Jai Hind.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you so
Kedar, and
much.
hearty congratulations to the entire team.
Thanks. Thank you.
Over to Anuj.
Thank you so much, Dr. Nidhi, and a huge congratulations to Mr. Kedar and the entire team of the Corbett Foundation. Moving on to the
Me
next
also
category
let
of
me
health.
also congratulate let me also congratulate the runner-ups here, because this was not easy, and I'm conveying once again the kind of deliberations that we had. It was 3 hours plus jury, and I have already conveyed the miles that have been traveled. It's not easy, but for us, I think all three remain special, and these are diamonds which are being mined out through the process of HCL Tech grant. So congratulations to all. Over to health category, please.
Very rightly said, Dr. Nidhi. Again, congratulations to Lok Panchayat team and Mukti team in the environment category as the finalist. Moving on to health category, let's have a quick look at all the videos.
In the health category, the three finalists are Echo India, Extension for Community and Healthcare Outcomes; Sangat, Social Revival Group of Urban, Rural and Tribal, or SROT; Echo India. Northeast India, known as a beautiful mosaic of distinct geographical and cultural nuances, is also a land of challenges, especially when it comes to the accessibility of healthcare services. Geographic and socio-economic conditions make it difficult for the citizens to reach out to healthcare facilities, even to receive care for their basic ailments. Echo India, a non-profit organization, is working on a hub-and-spoke structure of capacity building that creates lasting impact as it empowers health workers through virtual mentorship, expanding access to specialized knowledge, and fostering collaborative learning, embodying the concept of all teach, all learn. Sangat. In rural India, the frontline health force, such as Ashas and Anganwadi workers, are responsible to make sure that mother and children lead a physically healthy life. But in this particular village of Madhya Pradesh, the health services delivered by the Asha workers are a notch higher because they have been trained to look for any signs of mental illness as well. More often than not, maternal depression leads to malnutrition and poor early child development. These are major contributors to disease burden among women and children. Sangat, one of the leading community-based health research non-governmental organizations, who are committed to work towards the treatment gap in the area of early child development and mental health, where the frontline health workers would be trained to identify and treat perinatal depression through an evidence-based psychological intervention, along with a video-based parenting intervention to promote early child development. Social Revival Group of Urban, Rural and Tribal, or SROT. This lush green expanse of Korba district holds immense reserves of nature's bounty. But these lands are also inhabited by a huge tribal population who still are far behind on the development matrix. As data suggests, more than 66% of women in the reproductive age group and children under 5 are anemic. The same census also highlights the challenge of malnutrition in the children. The Social Revival Group of Urban, Rural and Tribal, or SROT, a non-governmental organization, is working on a multi-pronged approach to improve the situation. That includes community awareness, regular screening of both mothers and children, and implementing nutrition models such as kitchen garden and food recipes made of locally available resources.
Requesting Dr. Nidhi to please announce the winner in the health category for HCLTech Grant Edition 9.
So before I announce the result, I must also say that we do in-depth fact sheets before we present to the subjury and the jury. We also look at the SDGs, we look at the Niti Aayog indicators, we look at where exactly which district is actually lagging behind and where is it that we really need to put in the CSR funding for us to be able to boost the larger national development. And it is never an easy exercise because the NGOs put in the best foot forward, but it is at the end of the day the relevance, the ability to be able to implement the idea for which they have pitched, and that is carefully looked at by our governance partners in terms of the governance structure of the organization, the level of board level, I would say, guidance and larger supervision, as well as the practices at the level of the NGO, and that is the 40% weightage that goes in the form of organizational capability and 60% in the form of the program idea itself. So there is a lot of diligence. It's a robust, independent methodology, which is also dependent mainly on the fact sheets and where is it that as a country we really need to pay attention within each one of the categories. Perinatal depression is something that we as a country need to pay attention to, and we all are aware that the rural hinterlands really need an intervention. And here was this idea by Sangat, who have been successfully implementing already within the larger ecosystem of healthcare, within the frontline workforce. They've been able to impart the training and bring the mental health of women on priority. Heartiest congratulations to Sangat, who has won the HCL Tech Grant Edition 9 in the very, very pertinent idea as well as important today. But having said that, the other two, I would say, finalists had an equal defense at the jury, but it is the larger fact sheets and the attention that we really need to pay to the subject that has brought Sangat here. Congratulations, and let me invite Dr.
Thanks.
Ravindra Agarwal, please convey his message.
Thank you so much, Dr. Nidhi. A big thank you to HCL Foundation. This is a huge shout out to the work which we are doing. And it's such a prestigious grant. And receiving this grant is equivalent to receiving an award about the work which my organization Sangat has been doing for the last 27 years. I would like to thank the Grant Thornton team who has supported us throughout this process, as well as the team members of the HCL team as well, who has kind of literally handholded us throughout this process, helped us kind of be able to kind of project ourselves in the best possible way. I would like to kind of take this moment to tell us very quickly about the project, which is basically where we want to address the problem of perinatal mental health and early child development. So, yeah, our own country's data says that nearly 1 in 5 pregnant women suffer from mental health distress amounting to depression, and this when undetected, and typically undetected during a period when the woman is most in contact with the health services, simply because of lack of awareness. When this is undetected, there are down the line outcomes in terms of adverse obstetric outcomes, in terms of failure to growth in utero, low birth weight, incomplete immunization, failure to thrive, increased hospitalizations, and most importantly, poor mother child bonding, which is very important for the cognitive development of the child in the most important year, that is the first year of life. And we want to combine this with the video based intervention on early childhood development, which basically helps the mothers do the parenting, in fact, the mother child diets. So I would think that this is a very innovative program done by way of task share, which basically is we deploying the frontline health workers of India's own healthcare system. That is the Ashas and the Anganwadi workers. We will train them and they will then deploy this care without actually adding any additional resource burden on the health system. So basically utilizing what is already there. Once again, I would like to thank the HCL Foundation. I would also like to thank the founders of my organization, Sangat, in supporting us with this application. I would like to extend this thank on behalf of my colleagues who work on the ground, and most importantly, also on behalf of the potential beneficiaries from this grant. I really hope this attracts and focuses attention on the mental health in India, and this spotlight on mental health is hopefully is going to also attract other corporate support in this line. So once again, thanks a ton. Thanks a lot.
Heartiest congratulations, Dr. Agarwal, and the entire team of Sangat. Thank you, Dr. Pundir. And Dr. Agarwal, looking forward to our long term association with you. And many congratulations to our runner ups, the Eco India team and the Shroth team as well, for the project. Moving on to the final category of education, let us have a quick look at our finalist. May we have the video, please?
In the education category, the three finalists are Makkal Jagriti, Shishu Sharuthi, Shri Aurobindo Society. Makkal Jagriti. For most of rural India, Anganwadi centers are the primary providers of child development services. While the government has addressed health and nutrition needs of rural children through Anganwadis, the component of early childhood education has not received adequate attention. As 90% of the brain development happens by the age of 6, the role of the Anganwadi centers becomes even more crucial, especially in the underserved areas such as HD Kote, one of Karnataka's most backward taluks. Makkal Jagriti, a Bangalore-based non-profit working towards empowering children and youth from disadvantaged communities, is successfully implementing a program that focuses on building capacities of Anganwadi teachers, parents, and the community towards strengthening the early learning ecosystem, while also enhancing the learning environment to stimulate young minds. Shishu Sharuthi. Every morning, thousands of rural children in India walk towards their classrooms looking for an equitable opportunity to build their future. But in reality, many schools and classrooms are not inclusive enough or equipped to provide that opportunity. In Assam, data shows that the basic literacy and numeracy standards in children are continuously falling because the teachers cannot address the diverse learning needs of all children, especially children with disabilities. However, this particular rural classroom of Karbi Anglong is different. The teacher is trained to build an inclusive and supportive learning environment for all the children and try to identify any barrier, be it physical, social, geographical, or mental, that hampers their participation. Bringing this paradigm shift is Shishu Sharuthi, who for the past 3 decades has been working primarily in Assam and the Northeast in the domains of health and education for children. Shri Aurobindo Society. Out of 8 million children with disabilities in India, around 50% drop out of the schools because the schools lack both physical infrastructure and capacities of the educators to cater the children with diverse needs. Especially in rural India, children with hidden disabilities such as neurodevelopmental disorders, economic disadvantage, and unconventional family circumstances lack a supportive environment and get wrongly labeled as weak or disruptive, leading to compromised educational, social, and economic lives. Shri Aurobindo Society, an international not-for-profit organization, is working on a model of inclusive education that focuses on sensitizing and training the teachers through a dedicated Center for Excellence. This center would also be supported by a specially designed technology based solution to create awareness and identify the children with hidden disabilities.
And for the last category, may I again request Dr. Nidhi to announce the winner?
Education is such an advanced subject, and civil society organizations were the first ones to step into this area. And we once again thank all the organizations who diligently apply and improvise on their applications each year, looking at the fact sheets and what is needed. And happy to say that this year, most applications were aligned with the national education policy. And I would urge uh, everybody to look at the compendium as well as the repository of the proposals which have come through HCLTech grant. Each one is worth, I would say, partnering with. The call of the jury this year is early childhood education, very clearly, which needs attention in our country, and facilitate children to reach the age through the age appropriate methods of learning, prepare them for school, the larger readiness program, and the winner is Makala Jagrati. Heartiest congratulations, and it's also a tribute to the long-standing commitment of the organization to be working on this issue and providing most innovative methods to be able to work with children in such a tender age group. So, heartiest congratulations, and let me invite Dr. Ms. Sunaina Chatraparthi to please convey her message.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Dr. Nidhi, and to the entire HCL Foundation team. We're extremely grateful and honored to be getting this opportunity to serve one of the most marginalized populations. And I think it's even more special, like you said, it's for the early years. That's something very close to our heart, and we understand how important it is to start at the earliest possible. So it's indeed very special for Makla Jagrati to be getting this grant. And this is also a very significant milestone in our 20-year journey to be getting this recognition after such a strong and long due diligence and selection process. I wouldn't call it a selection process. I think it was more a capacity building process for the organization, where we have learned so much over the last few months, interacting with various people, part of this whole team that has put it together. So thank you so much for this honor. I would especially like to thank the various SMEs, the GT team, the HCL team, the various consultants who've been really supportive of us in this journey. Would love to congratulate and thank the entire Makla Jagrati team who has been behind making this possible. So whatever is happening on the ground, the innovations, the impact, and the passion is thanks to the team. Would like to also thank our board for the constant guidance and direction that we've been receiving, and all the supporters and well-wishers of Makala Jagrati. We are really excited and look forward to this journey with the HCL Foundation team. And I know early childhood education is also something very special to the HCL Foundation team, and really happy that we can embark on this journey together for the children of HD Kote. Thanks so much.
Congratulations once again, Sunana, and it's a delight, and we look forward to working with you. And with this, we come to the end of the announcements of HCL Tech Grant recipients, the winners of this edition under Education, Health, and Environment category. I must congratulate all the finalists because all proposals, and it was a marginal difference. But then, as I said, there are reasons to draw attention to certain critical issues, also the capability of the organization, the dedication they've had on a on a particular mission, and the dedication, of course, all NGOs who come to this till this place remains unquestioned. But at the end of the day, we all respect the call of the jury and the rigor of this process. So, with that, let me congratulate all the finalists, all the runner ups, and all the winner ups, and all the leaders, as well as members of the board. It was a delight interacting with everyone. It is under the visionary leadership of Mrs. Roshni Nadar Malhotra, who is the chairperson of HCL Tech CSR committee, as well as HCLTech. We continue to be on this mission and look forward to edition 10 very, very soon, which will be rolled out with the same rigor, same diligence, and we look forward to meeting many, many NGOs across the country. Let me also thank some of our partners who've been together on this mission. Of course, all our subject matter experts, but Grant Thornton, whose team works on each paper that you submit. They look at all the details. Also, Rolly Books, which is our partner in the Compendium, as well as NGO Box, which is our symposium partner. With that, I hand over back to Anuj to take the proceedings further. And once again, heartiest congratulations, all finalists and the recipients of HCLTech Grant 2024.
Thank you, Dr. Nidhi. Again, on behalf of HCL Foundation, many congratulations to all the finalists and winners of the HCL Tech Grant Edition 9. I would now like to invite Siddharth, my colleague from our corporate company. Over to you.
Thank you, Anuj. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Anuj. I am delighted to be here today and congratulate to all the winners of HCL Tech Grant 2024. Also, a special applaud to all the participants who have been the part of this wonderful journey. On behalf of HCL Tech and HCL Foundation, we would like to thank everyone who have worked behind the scenes to make this event successful. HCL Tech Grant has become a true model of convergence and teamwork today, and it's great to see this wonderful collaboration. In particular, we would also like to thank the CSR committee, the board, and the esteemed jury members for lending their time and wisdom to the selection process. A deep gratitude to HCL Tech's internal marketing team, audit team, legal team, and HR team, and who all are supported in this entire process. A very special thanks to our governance partner, Grant Thompson, for making sure that we follow watertight processes and maintains the higher standard of governance, which is the hallmark of HCL Tech. And in the end, I would like to thank the HCL Tech Grant team who have make sure that everything moves in the right direction, and also to the partner engagement teams and the project management, the Compendium partner Rolly Books and Symposiums partner CSR Box. Congratulations to all the winners and best wishes to Dr. Pundir and the team. Over to you, Anuj. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Siddharth. We will now be opening the floor.